Hey, hello, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News. News from in and around the Whooniverse that may or may not affect you on a strange, weird, completely, well, I was going to say orthodontic level, but it has nothing to do with your teeth. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird going on. You know, we had somebody who's been putting out photos over the last couple of days. Somebody's actually been going around to their stores and taking copies of Series 11 and Resolution and scratching the word not over, the words Doctor Who over the top of it. It's like, really? Are you that desperate to, make your point that, or maybe you've just, accepting the fact that, things change and there's not a thing you can do about it, that you've got to go out now and commit vandalism in the real world? Because guess what? This isn't a smack on the wrist from Facebook. If they find multiple copies at that store and they're all marked the same way, guess what? Enough of them damaged, you go to jail. And I can't wait, till you're, there in some cell with some guy named Bubba who's in there, probably for assault and battery and who knows what. So what you in for, little bud? I was going to teach criminal a lesson for hiring a woman doctor. So I scratched not, and before you know it, you're bent over and let's just say you're going to the red zone and not in a good way. It just amazes the living crap out of me just what, levels they've gone to now to try to discredit, Series 11 and whatnot. It's like, that really shows me a big fat sign of desperation. That maybe there's this little ticker in your brain saying, you know what, maybe there were some people out there who liked it despite my, ways. It just amazes the shit out of me. Okay, once again, there's going to be an article at the end of this one that might have some spoilery pictures on it. That's why I put it to last. There was some filming out at Nash Point. There's a few photos. Nothing too revealing, but like I said, I don't know what's too revealing anymore. I so much put up with somebody blowing a fart on set, and it's like, look at that. He's giving away that the atomic wind monster is going to wipe everything out. Oh, come on. So, and then we had some other things like, oh man, Cappy's gone bald and people are freaking out. That's another thing that's happening. Oh, goodness gracious. But people have been to me like, Dr. Freedom, how come you ain't doing too many videos anymore? So because, they're getting to that point towards the end of filming where we're not really seeing a whole lot anyway. So it takes a little while to even build up enough news just to do a few minutes. But also, as I said before, I'm trying to finish up Chapter 7 of What Lies Beneath, and I think it might end in Chapter 8 or Chapter 9. I never intended this one to go on so long, but there was a work schedule issue thing going on where I had to do overtime and all that this year. Plus, we had other people who had other things tying them up. So that's why it was like, really, really, this one's taking a long time. But okay, let's get to the news, shall we? And away. Okay, as I said before, Cappy has gone bald and people are freaking out. He already told people at this particular con that this was done for an upcoming film role. So don't freak out. He's not, had his floof irradiated and he's lost it or anything. He just simply cut his hair. And it's not like this is a new thing with us. Remember, Matt Smith was bald for a time because he went off to do that stupid movie, which I'm still trying to figure out what he thought he was thinking. He was helping his buddy out. Yeah, meanwhile, you've torpedoed your movie career pretty much. But also Karen Gillan, getting bald for Nebula. So it's not a new phenomenon, bald Scotsmen, and Scotswomen in that case. But all right. Okay, Peter Capaldi to star in a new BBC4 Christmas ghost story. Martin's clothes will reunite the former Doctor Who star with writer Mark Gatiss. Capaldi will star in Martin's Clothes, a new one-off half-hour BBC4 drama adapted from M.R. James's short story of the same name, which follows a 17th century murder trial with a supernatural twist. This story has been adapted and direct for a Christmas slot by yada 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 Mark Gatiss. Yeah, sleep no more. We'll see how that works out. So, speaking of keeping the work, Billie Piper will lead the Sky drama I Hate Suzy, and apparently, this is going to be written by Emmy nominee Lucy Prebble and co-created by Billie Piper, and the series is going to be produced by his Dark Materials outfit, Bad Wolf. Yeah, I wonder where we've heard that before. But it's going to be an 8-part series that's described as bracing, funny drama about the moment in life when the mask slips. She'll play Suzy Pickles. Suzy Pickles. Yeah. Okay. 6th Doctor and Peri is going to return some new audio adventures for 2020. Big Finish have announced 4 new adventures for the 6th Doctor and Peri for August of next year, set after the trial of the Time Lord and their audio adventure, The Ronnie Elite. Now, people remember that well after all that happened, Peri, instead of getting killed, it's a long story, but she wound up with King Yakarnos, and then they reunited after that. The Doctor met her again in The Widow's Assassin, and it's just timey-wimey. Just sit back and enjoy it, all right? It's enough to confuse the crap out of you, but there you go. They're back together. All right, now apparently a spin-off from Big Finish, which is, of course, Countermeasures. I'm sorry, it's not my cup of tea. I never got into Countermeasures. But the Countermeasures team, I think, if I remember right, was the team that supposedly led up the unit. And apparently they're going to have the Movellans and the Daleks get together. Why? The Movellans look like rejects from a Rick James fan club. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but, as much as I was glad to see the Movellans back, they came back in the pilot. Those guys flying around in white suits with the silver hair, those were Movellans. Candy Jar Books release online Lucy Wilson short story by Sue Hampton. That's right, they've got this out. The tie-in with their spin-off of the Lethbridge series of books, the Lucy Wilson Mysteries. So if you're into this stuff right here, and it's kind of weird how this came out not too long after Matt Lucas joined the TARDIS team, and notice a lot of people are bringing that up, especially the Land Fairfax Rebellion. And the Land Fairfax, if you remember right, is where the Green Death took place. Interesting. All right. And lastly, here we go. Bam. There was some Doctor Who Series 12 filming at Nash Point. This happened on Tuesday, yesterday. And there are several photos of the filming on the Instagram below. Go take a look at them while they're still there. I'm shocked these are still up even now. They're usually pretty quick on shutting this shit down over at the BBC. Here we have what appears to be some tents of some type. Of course, there's Nash Point. There's some close-up stuff there if you want to click on it. I'm not going to. Even though I've warned you that, yes, there was a monster at the end of this book, I don't feel like hearing about it. Oh, you're a spoiler hound, Doc Freedom. You ruined my existence. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, to sum up. Yeah, Cappy went bald. All right, it happens. Actors do this. They sometimes have to change things, of their physical, whatever body to do a role. So it could have been because he needs a wig, or it could have been because that character upcoming is bald. But we don't know at this point. All we know is he said it's for a filming project. Don't panic. He can grow hair back, unlike some of us. Now, also, like I said, if you really feel that your position is not being heard about something, the solution is not to go to your local store and commit vandalism, which, by the way, can get you thrown in jail. People seem to think that, well, I can do this and get away with it. Remember, we live in a generation where they can stick cameras everywhere. I'm not kidding. I'll never forget, one of our local Sears literally had mannequins. If you thought they were looking at you, yes, they were. Because they had fiber optic cameras in the eyes. No joke. They did. Oh, man. I remember because even back when I was working for Super K, which is over 20 years ago now, somewhere abouts, just the parking lot camera could zoom in on a license plate at the end of the parking lot, and that was a good 50 yards. So if you think you're not going to get caught, or someone's not going to get you, just don't count on not getting busted, because it's not worth it. It's just weird. I'm so sick of fans who liked it attacking the ones who didn't, but more importantly, I'm tired of the ones who didn't like it continually bitching about how bad every episode was, when meanwhile, if something is so, not appealing to you, don't watch it. Turn it off. Like I said, I'm one of them idiots who turned off Westworld after a couple of... I'm sorry, it just got so stupid after a while. You know, things like I don't continue watching it. Just like Star Trek Discovery. I saw the trailer. I saw lens flares. I saw, oh, look, typical bullshit. I don't watch it. And you'll notice I don't discuss it that often. Starship Dysentery. I really don't. You know, go back and count how many videos it has been since I've even mentioned it. So, if you don't like something, nobody's holding a gun to your head. Nobody's taking your dog's puppies hostage. I can't believe there's some of these shows out there who still go on and on about it. And I'm like, but the important part of this is this. If you seriously want to make a statement and you want to contribute to numbers that matter, for one, you can go to Rotten Tomatoes and push buttons all you want now. It ain't going to do no good. And if you don't like it, guess what? Too bad. The reason why they had a lot of guys are crying censorship, why don't you go tell that to all the guys that they caught running bots that influence votes? Sorry, they abused the privilege. Now you've lost it. And that's the way I was raised. You abuse something, you're going to lose it. It's that simple. But like I said, if you want to go contribute to a number that's actually going to influence something official, turn off your television, you dumb bastard. That's all you got to do. Don't stream it. Don't sit there and watch it on your TV on the BBC when it airs. If you don't like it and you want to make a statement, guess what? The most powerful instrument in the world is to get a show turned off that you don't like. It's right here in your hands. It's called a remote control, you lazy shit. That's all I got to say, folks. Good night and take care of yourselves.